While the confetti was still falling, Jamal Roberts came to the realization that his aspiration had at long last been accomplished. After years of perseverance, 2 unsuccessful auditions, and a lifetime of singing on stages in small towns, the Mississippi native was finally proclaimed the winner of American Idol Season 23. His voice, spirit, and narrative had impacted millions of people all over the United States, but as the cameras stopped rolling and the crowds began to disperse, Roberts decided to celebrate not with celebrity parties or champagne, but with something that was profoundly humble and human: a fish sandwich and his family. The dream of a small town came to the forefront of the nation. Jamal Roberts was born and raised in Meridian, Mississippi, where he spent his childhood surrounded by gospel music, soul music, and the powerful rhythm of community music. His first performances were not in the brilliant studio lights of Hollywood, but rather in the warm, echoing halls of his local church. His early performances were not in Hollywood. After that, he discovered his voice not only as a vocalist, but also as a storyteller, one who was able to connect with another person on a personal level through each and every lyric. At the time of Roberts' initial audition for American Idol, he was not selected for further consideration beyond the first round. It's possible that many people gave up at that point, disheartened by refusal. But Roberts was not constructed in that manner. As he stated in a later interview with Billboard, "I did not prevail. I never gave up trying." It was not just a song that he brought with him the following time he appeared before the judges. Rather, it was a story of perseverance, humility, and heart for him. The perseverance paid off in the end. Roberts went from being an underdog to becoming a strong performer thanks to the guidance and instruction of industry luminaries such as Lionel Richie, Carrie Underwood, and Luke Bryan. His performances seemed like they were carrying greater emotional weight with each passing week. They seemed to convey a father's love, a believer's hope, and a dreamer's courage. It was the night of victory. When Ryan Seacrest made the announcement that Jamal Roberts had won the American Idol Season 23 competition on May 18, his expression was one of complete and utter shock, coupled with genuine excitement. The confetti began to fall and tears began to fill up in his eyes. Behind him, runners-up John Foster and Brianna Nix smiled and applauded, acknowledging the tremendous strength of his voice and the honesty of his journey. They were impressed by his journey. The victory that Roberts achieved was more than simply a title. It was a symbol of affirmation for him after years of hardship. A dream vacation for 4 people aboard the Disney Wish cruise line was included in the prize money that came with the American Idol trophy, which was worth a total of $250,000. However, those benefits were only a portion of what Roberts considered to be of genuine significance. Following the conclusion of the festivities and the conclusion of the interviews, he explained to Us Weekly what it was that he desired the most. "I think I got me some fish, a fish sandwich," he stated with a giggle. "And I went to get my children and bring them to the house so that we could hang out together and spend some quality time together." This uncomplicated gesture, which consisted of a father bringing home comfort food after his son had conquered the most prestigious singing stage in the United States, encapsulated everything that fans cherished about Jamal Roberts. Putting the family first. Roberts' family is the center of his existence, even amid the glitz and glamour of his celebrity status. The musician, who is 27 years old and a father of 3, has always viewed music not just as a vocation, but also as a means of providing a secure and prosperous future for his children. In addition to providing an emotional dimension to his performances, the birth of his youngest daughter occurred just 3 weeks before the conclusion of the American Idol competition. "It's quite easy," Roberts said in response to a question from Us Weekly about how he manages to balance his celebrity and fatherhood. "When you are a parent, it is extremely important to remember that you no longer prioritize your own needs. It's no longer about you at this point. It is about making the correct choices. I am doing this for my children so that they will have a prosperous future." Roberts continues to keep his feet firmly planted on the ground, even as he makes the transition from being a performer from a tiny town to a national sensation. Jamal's emphasis remains on his faith, his family, and the joy of making music that counts, in contrast to the majority of new stars who are pursuing the dazzling diversions that come with fame. Getting through life after Idol. Success on American Idol does not simply result in praise. Rather, it opens up new opportunities and presents new challenges. Rapidly, Roberts' itinerary became completely full. After a few days had passed since his victory, he took a flight to New York to appear on Good Morning America, where he gave a live performance of his first single. Soon after that, he made preparations to perform at the Country Music Association Fest in Nashville, which was a dream come true for a country soul musician who had previously kept a distance from those same platforms. During an interview that took place after the concert, Roberts stated, "I'm ready to bring my heart to the world. It is not simply about winning a tournament. Rather, it is about demonstrating to people that it is possible to achieve success regardless of where you come from, as long as you remain loyal to who you are." Jamal has not yet received his prize money of $250,000, despite the fact that his fame is growing. Yet, he is not in a hurry to acquire it. He grinned and said, "For the time being, I'm just happy to be home." Why admirers have attracted toward him in such a powerful way is revealed by the fact that he possesses a sense of thankfulness and patience. Wisdom obtained from Lionel Richie. The intimate moment that Jamal Roberts shared with Judge Lionel Richie was one of the defining moments in his journey through the American Idol competition. During the early stages of the competition, Richie shared with him a piece of information that would alter his perception of himself as a performer. According to what he said, when you are on stage and get to doing what you're doing, you are exploding. It breaks my heart to watch you go. In his memory, Roberts noted, "That stayed with me. It indicates that I am doing something that is appropriate." The advice that Lionel gave was not only about having a stage presence, it was also about having confidence. Prior to this, Jamal had questioned his own abilities, questioning his selection of songs or his delivery manner. Richie's words aided him in coming to the realization that his most valuable asset was his genuineness. The words, "I've learned to stay true to yourself," were spoken by Roberts. Do not cast doubt on your own judgment. Undoubtedly, second-guessing may be a source of a great deal of stress. You should act on your instincts. Do whatever you can to the best of your ability. These teachings represent the essence of Roberts' artistic expression. They are sincere, heartfelt, and rooted in reality. Taking pride in Mississippi. When Roberts returned to his hometown of Meridian, the triumph immediately became a source of pride and delight for him. A number of local restaurants and churches held watch parties, during which they cheered on each performance and celebrated his victory as if it were a regional holiday. The streets were lined with people waiting to greet him when he returned home following the conclusion of the show. Banners, balloons, and cheers filled the air of the streets. He was no longer just known as Jamal, rather he was known as Jamal Roberts, the individual who was responsible for putting Meridian on the map of the nation. "I have been supported by the people here from the very beginning," he remarked. "It seems as though I have not only won for myself, but I have also won for the entirety of my town." The sense of community that he possesses has shaped him. Roberts asserts that he will always return to Meridian, to the roots that shaped his spirit and to the people who believed in him first, even while opportunities are pouring in from Nashville, Los Angeles, and other places. He states this with absolute certainty. What is Jamal Roberts going to do next? Being crowned the winner of American Idol is just the first step in a brand new chapter. In preparation for the recording of his debut album, Roberts has already begun discussions with top producers. It is his sound, which is a combination of gospel warmth, country honesty, and soul depth, that distinguishes him from other musicians in the music industry of today. The first single that Roberts will release will, according to those who are close to the show, remain loyal to his Southern origins, with sincere storytelling and vocals that are silky and rich. According to one of the producers, he does not require auto-tune. He sings that comes from the bottom of his heart. Additionally, he has stated that he would be performing at major festivals, charity events, and celebrations in his hometown. The potential collaboration between him and one of the judges on American Idol, probably Lionel Richie himself, on an inspirational duet applauding endurance is arguably the thing that fans are most enthusiastic about. Maintaining a gratitude-based perspective. Jamal Roberts has managed to keep his thankfulness at the forefront of his life despite the whirlwind of fame. The words, "I thank God every time I wake up," were spoken by him. The reason for this is that I can recall a time when no one recognized my name, when I was simply singing to my children in the living room. Presently, individuals from all over the nation are singing my songs back to me. I count that as a blessing. Instead than pursuing wealth or celebrity, he values the peaceful moments that life has to offer, such as having breakfast with his children, taking walks around Meridian, or spending the evenings strumming his guitar on the porch during the evenings. The modesty that won the hearts of people in the United States of America has not diminished in the least. His success has, if anything, helped him become even more grounded in reality, possessing a heritage of hope and perseverance. This is not simply about Jamal Roberts' victory or American Idol. Rather, it is about the importance of not allowing failure to define who you are. The word "no" was transformed into inspiration, and every obstacle was transformed into a stepping stone. His story serves as a reminder to the world that true success is founded on patience, perseverance, and purpose, which is especially important in this day and age of immediate satisfaction and overnight stardom. It is not the glitter of celebrity that he celebrates, but rather the simplest joys that life has to offer. A dinner that brings back memories of his childhood, laughter with his children, and the satisfaction of knowing that he has achieved success without losing himself. When Roberts was asked what piece of advice he would give to other people who are pursuing huge aspirations, he said without hesitation, "Don't quit when it becomes hard, because the day you decide to give up could be the day before you receive your blessing." In addition, Jamal Roberts was able to receive this blessing in the form of applause, a trophy, and a fish sandwich that he shared with the people who are most important to him.